Okay, we're going to continue tonight's lecture with the digestive system. And the digestive system, also called the gastrointestinal system, lives mostly within our second major body cavity. What was our first major body cavity?
The thorax.
Our thorax, yeah. And what lived there?
Our lungs.
Our lungs. Mostly our respiratory system, right? And the main part of our circulatory system. Okay, so our digestive system lives in our abdomen, or our abdominal cavity. Now, our abdominal cavity exists below our diaphragm. Okay? So, the easiest way for you to figure out where something is in your abdomen is to use your belly button as the point of reference. Okay, so we're going to use the belly button as the point of reference for any one that we're dealing with. Okay? And from our belly button, we divide our abdomen into quadrants. Now, it's important to remember when you're dividing this into quadrants that you're going from anatomical position. Okay, so my right upper quadrant is my right upper quadrant. If you're looking at me, this is still my right upper quadrant. Okay, you might think it's the left upper quadrant, but it's not because it's my right upper quadrant. So we have our right upper quadrant, our left upper quadrant, our left lower quadrant, and our right lower quadrant. Okay, so this is a giant belly. We're just going to pretend this is a big old belly. Our diaphragm's up here. We're all divided. Okay. Now, when we divide this into quadrants, we do this because it makes it easier for us to figure out what is where. Okay? We have some organs that cross our quadrant lines, but the body of them, the majority of them, live within a single quadrant. So, what organs do we have in our right upper quadrant?
Liver, gallbladder.
Okay. Anything else?
Bile duct. You want to count that?
Okay.
Portion of the colon.
Okay. Okay, what do we have in our left upper quadrant?
Stomach.
We have our stomach over here. Our stomach is one of those that kind of crosses quadrants, right? Okay, so we have most of our stomach over here in our left upper quadrant. What else is there?
Spleen.
Spleen.
Colon again.
Okay, we've got colon. Anything else? No? All right. What's in our right lower quadrant?
Colon. Small intestine is in there. It's in all of them, I guess. But... And the appendix.
Okay. And what is in our left lower quadrant?
Same as the other one, just not the appendix.
This is our poop tube. Okay. So, stand up. Stand up. We're going to dance. Stand up. Squat lady. Right. You guys are you're ready to get down, right? Okay. Where's your liver? Where's your spleen? Where's your poop tube? Appendix. Okay. Liver, spleen, poop tube, appendix. Go. Get a little motion in there. Yeah. Liver, spleen, poop tube, appendix. It's almost like the Macarena. Almost. Liver, spleen, poop tube, appendix. You gotta fix your hands because you gotta go up, up, down with this hand because you're going down with the wrong hand. Then down. Okay? All right.
Up.
Yep. Up, up, down, down. Okay. Do it. It will help you remember, I promise.
Got it.
I'm not.
Come on,
Nailed
you
it.
guys didn't even move your hips. You didn't say anything. You didn't move your
I'm
hips.
saying it in my head, and if I move my hips, then it's going to detract from me learning liver, spleen,
I
poop tube, appendix.
Disagree. I disagree
Just
with that
got it
statement.
right there.
Come on,
Liver, spleen, poop tube, appendix.
get involved.
Boom.
Spleen.
Poop tube, appendix. Yeah.
Liver, spleen, poop tube, appendix. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Liver, spleen, poop tube, appendix.
Yeah. Not quite up on your ribs though. Got to be
Yeah.
down on your abdomen, right?
Yep.
What? Oh, liver, spleen, poop tube, appendix.
Nailed it.
You guys are not very much fun.
I can't move. I'm sorry.
Okay. Why do we care?
If somebody has an injury to one of those locations, then you can possibly know what major organ they possibly injured as well.
And why does that matter?
Because if you injure the spleen, that bleeds a lot. Same thing with the liver.
What are we going to see if we injure the spleen? If we're looking at the outside of their body, what are we going to see?
Possibly bruising.
Bruising where? You might see bruising here, but it's actually more likely that you're going to see bruising around the umbilicus. Okay? But yeah, this is where your spleen is at. Right? Left upper quadrant. Not right. See, if you had danced, you would have gotten it right. All right. All of these organs are not necessarily vital to the digestive system, but they all exist. We can live without our appendix. We can live without our gallbladder. If part of our liver is removed, it'll regrow itself. Okay? We can live without our spleen. It's not always healthy, but we can live without it. People rupture their spleens and have them removed. Okay? You know, you guys wouldn't have been recorded because the camera's back there, so you would have been safe. Poor sports.
I need some alcohol before I'm dancing. Is what it is.
I'll try and remember that when we learn about trauma, when we do our rap for patient medication dose drop time documentation. You think I'm kidding.
I'll just bring shots that day. Of age.
All right. Okay, so we figured out where things are at. Now we're going to follow food from nom 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 to kerplunk. Okay, so we're going to take food from our mouth. Those are horrible lips. All the way down to the bottom of our food tube. Okay? All right, so what lives in our mouth?
Tongue,
We have a tongue. What else?
lips, cheeks, gums, teeth.
What else?
Mucous membrane lines them out.
Okay, we have mucous membranes. What else?
Hard and soft palates.
Pardon?
Hard and soft.
Okay, we have a hard and soft palate. What else?
Salivary gland.
Salivary glands. I was waiting for you guys to get there. What happens in the mouth?
Chewing.
Mastication. Mastication happens in the mouth, okay? Chewing. So chewing begins the physical breakdown of our food, and our salivary glands, or saliva, help with the chemical breakdown of our food, okay? We stick something in our mouth, and we chew and chew and we chew until we think we're ready to swallow it. And once we swallow it, that's called a bolus. Okay? Our bolus leaves our mouth, and where does it go?
Oropharynx.
It goes into our oropharynx. What is our oropharynx?
Tube from the back of the mouth to the esophagus.
Okay? Have we discussed the oropharynx before?
Yes.
Yes. In what system?
Respiratory.
In the respiratory system. So, in the respiratory system and the digestive system, they share a couple things, right? They share our nose hole, they share our mouth hole, they share the nasopharynx, they share the oropharynx, right? Why does the digestive system share the nose hole? You don't stick food up it. I mean, you might if you're a 4-year-old, but, you know, as an adult, you don't stick food up your nose. What does your nose have to do with digestion?
It allows you to breathe while you're chewing.
It allows you to breathe while you're chewing, which is super important. Have you ever been so plugged up that you couldn't taste your food?
Smell it, yeah.
Yeah, your sense of smell helps your sense of taste work. Okay? Your sense of smell helps your salivary glands start to work. Make sense? All right, so we have our oropharynx. What happens in the oropharynx?
Food just goes through it.
Food goes through it. Okay? The larynx, when you swallow, the larynx, which is part of what system?
The respiratory.
Respiratory. When you swallow, the larynx lifts up and the epiglottis covers it so that we don't get food down our airway tube, right? That all happens in your oropharynx. And then we get food down into our esophagus instead of into our larynx. Okay, so we talked about our tongue, we talked about our oropharynx, and our bolus, our food bolus, goes from our mouth down into our oropharynx, and then where does it go?
Esophagus.
Into our esophagus. And my esophagus is really short and it's really wide. But what happens in the esophagus?
Continues down to the stomach.
It continues down to the stomach. And how does it do that?
Contraction of the muscle.
Contraction of the muscle. So, this is our esophagus. What's the name of that contraction of the muscle? No? The contraction of this muscle occurs throughout the rest of the digestive system. Okay, this is called peristalsis. And it contracts in almost like milking a cow. Okay, so if you grab a hold of a cow by the udder and you squeeze the top of the udder and you roll your fingers all the way down, then you grab at the top again and you roll your fingers all the way down, you have a squeezing motion that goes all the way down the udder, right? Well, in your esophagus and the rest of the way through your digestive system, you have a squeezing motion that starts and pushes the food down. Okay? Okay, once the food leaves our esophagus, where does it go?
Stomach.
It goes into our stomach. I'm going to put our stomach over here. Okay? What happens in the stomach?
Muscular contractions again, still.
Okay, muscular contractions in the stomach. What does that cause? So we have our bolus, our food bolus, has gone from our mouth into our esophagus, and then into our oropharynx, or excuse me, through our oropharynx into our esophagus. What is this valve right here called? Going down into our stomach. There's a sphincter there.
Right there.
It's an absolutely atrocious drawing. What's this sphincter called? Any ideas?
Stomach sphincter.
Stomach sphincter. This is called the pyloric sphincter. I'm pretty sure. I need to look things up sometimes. Okay. So our food bolus continues down into our stomach where those muscular contractions continue, and that food then gets mixed with our gastric juices. What kind of juices do we have in there? We have an acid, right? We have stomach acid.
Mucus.
What else? Anything? Food?
Bile in there.
Bile, maybe? Why do we have bile in there?
Gallbladder.
Pardon?
It's from your gallbladder.
It's from your gallbladder. Why is it here? Why is it in here? What does bile do?
Helps break down food.
What kind of food?
Solid food.
Bile is designed to help break down fats. Okay? Fats or greases or stuff like that. That's why people who've had their gallbladder removed, when they eat something greasy, it just goes whoop. Fair? Because they're now lubricated all the way through, right? They've got nothing to digest it, so that grease just shoots it all the way through.
I like that.
It's kind of gross.
Get mine removed.
Okay, so when this stuff gets all mixed up together, okay, this all gets mixed up together, and we have a product, so our food bolus is in here. We have a product that is now called chyme. Okay. Once our food is ready to leave our stomach, it's called chyme. And when it leaves our stomach, where does it go?
The large intestine.
No. It goes into the small intestine first. I had to double check before I told you no.
That's what I meant to say.
Okay. So it leaves the stomach and it goes into the duodenum. Duodenum. All right. And our small intestine is really just a whole, it's like it's nice and stylish, right? I didn't turn that on when I got here today. I was too busy worrying about my hair, apparently. Okay, what happens in this small intestine?
Continues with digestion. I mean, it has stuff from the pancreas and more like mucus and stuff to continually like break down the food and send it along its way
Okay, and why are we breaking down our food? Why does it need to be broken down?
to get the nutrients out of it.
Correct.
Why is that?
To get the nutrients out of
To
it.
get the nutrients out of it. So we need to break it down into its chemical compounds so we can get the nutrients out of it that we need, right? Okay.
And that's where it starts absorbing it.
That's where we start absorbing things. The small intestine is made up of 3 parts. What are those 3 parts?
Duodenum.
Duodenum, which is the top part. That's where the stomach meets the small intestine, is the duodenum.
Jejunum.
Jejunum,
Ileum.
and the ileum. Have we heard the word ileum before?
Yes.
We have heard the word ileum before because we have bones, and these bones, right here, this is called our ileum, right? It's spelled differently. So when you are taking tests and you're writing answers and stuff like that, you know, I'm kind of anal about spelling. You're going to look pretty stupid if you say they've got an injury to their ileum with an E when it's really an injury to their ileum with an I. So you have to know what you're spelling. So we've got the duodenum, the jejunum, and the ileum. And then out of the small intestine, it goes into the large intestine. This should actually be over here, but whatever. My small intestine should be this all this way. We go down to our poop tube. Okay? So our large intestine, if you look at your diagram on page 215, the purple stuff in the middle that looks like it wraps all the way around, from like here all the way around, that's your large intestine. Your appendix hangs right here. Okay? There are 3 parts to your large intestine. What are the 3 parts to your large intestine?
The cecum.
Large intestine is brown. Okay, we have the cecum,
Colon.
the colon,
Rectum.
and the rectum. This is our rectum right here. So what is this sphincter called?
Anal sphincter.
What is it?
Anal
It's
sphincter.
called the anal sphincter. That's right. Okay, I have your sphincters at the wrong end. So this is called your lower esophageal sphincter. And this sphincter right here is your pyloric sphincter.
That's why we didn't answer it.
That's why you didn't answer it?
Yeah, we just didn't know which one you were actually referring to.
Oh, good. I'm so glad that I was able to assist you. Okay. So, we have now taken a piece of food from nom 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 to kerplunk. Okay? Along the way, we passed by a couple of organs. We have an organ over here. Let's use this pretty pink color. What's this organ over here?
Liver.
It's our liver. Did you dance?
No, you just kind of drew it like the picture, so I remember.
Like a liver. All right. What does our liver do?
It filters out bad things.
Filters out bad things. There are dangerous byproducts of digestion. Those dangerous byproducts of digestion have to go somewhere. So they're delivered to the liver, and the liver says, I got your number. And it fixes them so they're no longer dangerous. Okay? Makes them harmless. What else does it do?
Stores sugar and starch for immediate use by the body for
Okay.
energy.
Okay, it stores sugar and starch. What else?
It stores a lot of blood, like it has a lot of blood passing through it.
Okay, it's got a lot of blood passing through it. It makes bile. What was the function of bile again?
Helps you digest fatty things.
Helps you digest fatty or greasy things. What else does the liver do? Helps with blood production. This is a pretty cool fact at the very bottom of your paragraph. Approximately 25% of cardiac output of blood passes through the liver in each minute. 1.5 liters of blood goes through your liver each minute. That's insane. That's a lot of blood going through your liver in a minute. That's a huge amount of blood. All right. What's the appendix? What does it do?
Nobody knows.
Nothing. So we're going to put an arrow right here and we're going to say, what the heck? Why is it there? We don't know. Okay. Now, we kind of talked already about the purpose of the digestive system, so I don't think we need to cover it a whole lot. But the reason for the digestive system is pretty simple. You got to get energy somehow. Your body is designed to get energy from the food that it eats. Zingy. Your body is designed to get energy from the food that it eats, that it takes in. So you can get energy other ways. I mean, you can have energy or food, calories, whatever you want to call it, through IV. You can get nutrition through IV, but your body isn't designed to work that way. So you can get nutrition that way, but it's not going to work as well as eating something. Okay? Okay. Go ahead.
What's the pancreas good for?
What is the hold on a minute, Adam. What does the pancreas do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Nothing important?
No, it does important stuff. The most important thing that the pancreas does is that it regulates insulin and glucagon. Okay? So, what does insulin do?
Helps regulate your blood sugar.
How?
I don't know.
Insulin increases your body's ability to pick up glucose and use it for energy. Okay? So, it regulates your blood sugar. That's the most important function of the pancreas. Although it does have other functions that aid in digestion, the most important one is that it helps to regulate your blood sugar. And again, why is blood sugar important?
You have to have it. You have to have, your body has to get energy, and it gets energy from sugar.
Yeah.
So if you're not regulating it, then it could overload the system, or you could get not enough.
Mm-hmm. And why do we care if you don't have enough sugar or too much sugar?
Your body systems will start shutting down
Why?
because it needs those to function, and it'll start breaking them down in order to get sugar from somewhere.
What happens if we have too much sugar in our bloodstream? Our insulin, our pancreas isn't working correctly and we don't have enough insulin.
You can go into shock,
What kind of shock?
hyperglycemic shock.
Hyperglycemic shock, also known as
Not good.
not good. Also known as diabetic ketoacidosis. Okay? Remember when we started this conversation, we talked about the pH of your body and how important pH is. So too much sugar in your body changes your pH balance to be acidic. Okay? So insulin is important in regulating blood sugar and maintaining homeostasis. Everything's linked. Thumbs up. 2 thumbs up or 1 thumb? Yeah.